when you think about it, especially like ending your day or starting your day that way, a lot of times we start our day and it's boom, right to the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Or you finish your day, boom, on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't allow yourself to take a break.
Yeah.
Mentally.
And be still.
I'm gonna try that tonight. When I get back, fly back home, try that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, leave me alone,
on.
kids.
Come on.
I'm Shavasanaing.
Yes. Yes. Shavasana. Do your Shavasana.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Check-In. I am your host, NeAndre Broussard, founder and CEO of Black Menswear. And what we know here about The Check-In is ain't nobody going to check on us but us. So we're going to use our platform to do that. We got another great episode ahead for you. My guy, man. Shout out my brother, Etienne Maurice. Thank you for
cousin.
coming.
Your cousin.
Like, literally, people think we're related because, you know, the what's that?
We got the East African
features
bro.
are, yeah.
I know you
are
get it all the
truly.
time.
Yes, sir.
They always ask, "Are you Habesha?"
Habesha?
Like, no,
especially
no.
in Dallas.
I know.
Like, no.
I know.
But I know what it means. I know what it means.
Shout out to our East African brothers and sisters.
Man, but you, bro, Wagwan.
Wagwan Maji, Yama Medea, where you depan?
Yeah, all of that. So, welcome, man. Welcome. I start the episode the same way every time. I always ask my guests so I can get to know your mind. What is one quote that you've learned, that you picked up along the way, that just never left, really resonated with you and means a lot to you?
So it's a recent quote that I just learned, and it really sticks to me because it speaks to what I am striving towards, and that is consistency is the currency of credibility. And I think that quote, well, it's not that I think, I know that quote resonates with me the most because we're all fighting imposter syndrome in one way or another. But how can you be an imposter if you're consistently working on something or yourself? Yeah. So that's
a good one, man. I haven't heard that one before. Triple C's,
yes,
you know?
sir, triple C's.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, you've been consistently changing the community in regards to focusing on your mental health, becoming better individuals from the inside out. Let's take a step back. Why? Why mental health? Why give a damn how other people feel about themselves? Why want to motivate and empower people to understand, like, if you can just focus on your breathing, the rest of your life can be so much better. Yeah. Like, why yoga? Like, why all these things? Help me understand, brother. Like, what made you decide that you're going to be the driving force behind this movement, which is taking over LA, it's taking over the world here soon, right? Why was it for Etienne to do?
Yeah, I think, really mindfulness gave me purpose. And I think throughout these last 5 years, ever since we've started WalkGood, I've done a lot of reflecting on my own life and choices that I made, some good, some bad. And I never really asked myself that question, what is my purpose? What am I trying to do on this world? And WalkGood was the answer. So WalkGood LA actually started out as my production company. Okay. After I started WalkGood Productions, it was right around the time after I graduated college from Drexel University. I graduated with a Bachelor's in Science in Film, and I thought that was going to be my life, just storytelling. You know, I was at the time shooting behind-the-scenes content for a lot of artists. You know, I went on tour with Kendrick Lamar, his very first tour with this company called Score More. You probably might be familiar, you know, out in Texas. Yep. And so when I was out in school in Austin, that was my thing. So before I went to school at Drexel, actually, I'll bring it all the way back. I went to a small HBCU called Houston-Tillotson University. Yeah, yes. Shout out HT, man. Yeah, shout out HT. Yeah. Shout out to all my HT Rams. And so that was really my beginning of filmmaking, content creation, vlogging, before vlogging became a thing. Yeah. Score More really gave me that opportunity to not only just hang out with some of my favorite rappers, but I actually got to document some of their first tours from J. Cole, Wale, Kendrick Lamar, Wiz Khalifa. South by Southwest really changed my whole mindset around entrepreneurship and content creation. And so after spending 2 years in Austin at HT, I transferred, went to Drexel University, studied film. That was the first time I was really in a community of filmmaking. And after that, I graduated, went back to LA, and I really had to figure out, all right, what am I going to do? I've always had ambitions of being an actor. I'd audition, you know, like I said, Interscope, they would hire me to shoot behind the scenes content, you know, and I'd get booked for projects here and there, but I was really living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really had a purpose outside of working for other people. And then after a few years of working job to job, gig to gig, COVID happened. And when COVID happened, I feel like everybody's world kind of just got shook.
Yeah.
And after the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and so many others that were taken from us at an alarming rate, what seemed almost like every single day.
Yeah, for sure.
I came up with the idea of just bringing my community together in the park down the street from my house, LA High Memorial Park. And I wanted everybody to just collectively come together and let's just acknowledge the lives and honor the lives that have been taken from us. And we started at that park, and I literally texted everybody in my contact list. I made this flyer. It was the Twice as Hard protest. And so everybody came dressed in black, and about like 400, 500 people showed up. Wow. And we ran in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just a run, because at the end of the run, I brought a mic and a speaker, and everybody got to share how they were feeling. I was going to a lot of protests. I was going to a lot of gatherings at that time. And I felt like we were all hearing from the same people, the same type of people. Well, we weren't hearing from the people.
Yeah.
And in the midst of all that, I asked my cousin Marley to guide us in some yoga stretches and just have like a meditative moment before we did this task of taking the streets. And that was the idea, to do Breathwork in the park, which is our community donation-based yoga class. So we had 35 people, 35 turned to 50, 50 turned to 100, 100 turned to 200.
Yeah.
And then we realized we were building not just a community, but we were building a movement. Because the protests started to swindle. Nobody wanted to protest, but everybody wanted to come to the yoga classes. Now, mind you, I was not a yogi at this time. Everybody sees me, you know, doing downward dogs and everything now, but that was not who I was 5 years ago. I was not this man that you see here today. But through those yoga classes, those community yoga classes, I started to realize, oh, my purpose is bringing people together. Oh, I can bring people together by being vulnerable in my story of my own mental health challenges, of my own traumas. You know, I'm a survivor of gun violence. In November, I'll be celebrating 13 years of sobriety, which is connected to, you know, that experience that I had with gun violence. You know, I'm a survivor of my own mental health challenges. I've been to the psych ward. So me even speaking to you in like a full coherent thought, I believe is a true blessing, because there are a lot of people who go through psychiatric challenges and they don't see the other side. They don't come back to their better self. And so I speak from a space of experience and knowledge for what I've overcome in my own life. And I've connected that to the work that I do with WalkGood. And I think people see how passionate I am about building this community. And I'm really just grateful that people like yourself and so many others see what is possible when you just acknowledge what you're going through, but how are you going to transform that energy into something that's purposeful? And so I do that through WalkGood.
I love it, man. I got a question for you. Just through all that, I heard you say downward dog.
Downward dog is a yoga posture. I'm not gonna show you right now.
I know. But like for a non-yogi, but somebody who understands the benefit, and I love how you initiated the answer. Mindfulness.
Yes.
All of this ties back to mindfulness, because with a clear mind, you can fulfill who you are, who you can be. You can see things clearer. You can understand things clearer. You can think through that. So I definitely understand the aspect of the mindfulness. But for anybody that does yoga, like, what's the best yoga position?
I wouldn't even say there's a best yoga position. I would say my favorite is the one that everybody always skips. Well, not everybody. Some people always skip, and that is Shavasana. Shavasana is a Sanskrit term for corpse pose, the death of your practice. So it's at the end of your practice, you lie down and you literally are just still. You're doing nothing. And so after you've done your downward dogs, your upward dogs, your pigeon poses, all the different poses that are breath to movement, I always end class with Shavasana, where you just lay flat on your back and you just rest in stillness. You've done all the work. But how do you close your practice in stillness? And a lot of people who don't like being still, sometimes they might like leave during Shavasana. But I think Shavasana is the best way to start your day, to continue your day, maybe to close out your day. Is just sit and just do nothing and just relax in your breath and in your thoughts. So that's my favorite position.
Man, it's actually that when you think about it, especially like ending your day or starting your day that way, a lot of times we start our day and it's boom, right to the phone. Or you finish the day, boom, on the phone. But you don't allow yourself to take a break. Mentally.
And be still.
I'm going to try that tonight. When I get back, fly back home, try that tonight. Like, leave me alone, kids.
Come on.
I'm Shavasanaing.
Yes, Shavasana. Do your Shavasana.
Yes.
That's right.
Bro, how important, right? So what started in the park, you have a facility. You have your own space that's a safe space for, it's for everybody, but people that look like you and me are in there in abundance. How important is it to have safe spaces for us? Because when you think about, the yoga person, they don't look like us typically.
They don't.
Right? They're a wealthy class of people that are women from another group that have the time to go and do yoga. But what you've done is you've built a space that not only yoga is the only thing that's there, but there are a lot of, like, say, these mindfulness tactics. Why is it so important for us to have safe space for that as well?
So it's interesting that you bring that up, and thank you for acknowledging. Yeah, we have the WalkGood Yard. It is the only creative wellness studio in Mid-City here in Los Angeles, California. And WalkGood's mission is to provide equitable, accessible healing spaces for underrepresented communities. Now, I did not come up with that mission statement when I started WalkGood LA, but after all the yoga classes, all the community programs that we offered, we realized that having a creative wellness studio that offers not just yoga, but offers mat Pilates, offers mindfulness meditations. We offer a comedy show that we host every month called Laugh Good. We host a community film screening program called Film Good. It's the only film and wellness festival that exists. And so we realized that healing doesn't just come in the form of movement. It doesn't just come in the form of fitness. But healing also exists within the arts. Healing exists within our imagination. And because I am a filmmaker, an actor, and also a breathwork practitioner and a yoga instructor, we've infused creative wellness in the core of what we do. And because we're in Los Angeles, there's so many creatives that are trying to find safe spaces. And so we got this safe space through the help of Propel Fitness Water and Michael B. Jordan. When Michael B. Jordan was promoting his Creed film, he was in partnership with Propel, and they wanted to support fitness communities. And little did they know, or not know, Michael B. Jordan's brother, Khalid, showed up at the very first WalkGood that we ever had. And so it was just divine that he wanted to support fitness communities and found WalkGood LA. And so they gave us $150,000 to put towards the first year's lease of our studio. And that was the seed money that we used to put on the WalkGood Yard. So having a safe space, especially for folks like us, is important because there are only so few and far in between here in Los Angeles and all across America. And so I'd like to think we're revolutionizing how we see community and how we see wellness just for people of color and underrepresented communities. And I think we all need a space where we belong. I didn't have a space like WalkGood when I got shot or when I went to the psych ward. I didn't have a space where I could talk to like-minded individuals and brothers who look like me to kind of talk through my emotions and deal with my emotions, let alone have activities that actually help my mental health with like-minded individuals. And so I think WalkGood is that answer. WalkGood is that safe space that I wish I had. And so, I think that's why safe spaces are important for people who look like you and I.
Man, I love that, brother. And I love the vulnerability that has to happen in a place like that.
Has to.
Especially for men. Like, we're not vulnerable because we haven't been taught to be vulnerable. We should be vulnerable, and I'm finding that the more vulnerable we are, the stronger we actually are. And that was Chance and Tabitha Brown were on this season, and Chance talked about that. He said vulnerability is not a weakness, but a lot of times people think it is.
It's
and to be able to have a space where you can be vulnerable, which in turn makes you stronger. Like when you work out, technically you're making your muscles extremely vulnerable, but they're getting harder and stronger over that time, and now you see the results. So just having a space like that, man, like, you know, it's just being your own testament to the value of having that space now versus having that space before. Do you think having that space before might have helped you to avoid some of the circumstances that you came into?
100%. I think I was talking about this with my sister the other day about, like, had I had a WalkGood in my life back then, I probably wouldn't have made the choices that I made back then. But then somebody could also say that, well, had those experiences not happened to you, you wouldn't have been passionate, or you wouldn't even have the thought to build WalkGood LA. So I'm grateful that I experienced what I've experienced. But I'm more so grateful that I had the family that I had that helped me and that carried me through those experiences, that reminded me that it was going to be okay, and that was that safe space for me at that time. You know, I think it's easy to forget or not acknowledge the people who were there for me during that time when I needed them most. And so in many ways, I like to think, well, no, it is. I think WalkGood is my homage to those who helped me along the way. WalkGood is actually a Jamaican euphemism. It means to take care, wishing those well wishers and good endeavors when they're out there into the world. And it's something that my grandmother would tell me every time I would leave the house. She'd be like, WalkGood, Etienne. So WalkGood is an homage to those who have helped me along the way, especially my grandmother, Ivy Ralph, my grandfather, Dr. Stanley Ralph. May they rest in peace. But I know they're guiding me and protecting all things WalkGood.
Man, WalkGood, Etienne.
Yeah, man, WalkGood.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. Etienne, bro, again, I appreciate you stopping by and chopping it up with us, man. I appreciate you sharing community.
Thank you,
because that's one of the things as we peel back the layers of Black men this year, at the core of who we are as community. And so a lot of times we don't know where to find our community, and I love that you've built space for community. What started not in a physical place, now you have a physical place to have community. So anybody that comes through LA, where can they find?
Pull up to WalkGood LA. We actually host a men's healing circle called You Good. You know, you good can mean so many different things amongst brothers. You know, I mean, like, you good, like, where my money at, or you good, do we have a problem? Or you good, like a genuine check-in, right? And so You Good is that safe space where brothers come together and we do breath work that I teach, or we do yoga. We also do sound baths. Led by my brother Zachary Cameron. And we're all brothers in this holistic space, offering space for brothers to come together and heal, but most importantly, have conversations. So we've had a lot of videos that we posted from our WalkGood page that have gone viral, seeing brothers do these holistic experiences. And so I think that's just a sign that more spaces like You Good need to exist across the United States. And so, yeah, come check us out. Come check out Walk Good, You Good, Hike Good, Run Good, Film Good, Laugh Good, Breathe Good, all the goods. Everything good at Walk Good, baby.
Shoot, I'm going to put this out here now. We're going to be in LA, December, Flash Mob.
Okay.
I want to do something for the men, like that aspect of whether
you
we can
good
time that night, you good,
how
we
check
figure
in
out that time. Yeah,
Let's
we can do that, man.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Well, again, y'all, we're here, another episode of Check In. Etienne Maurice, brother, I really appreciate you. Now, before you get out of here, I gotta have you do one thing for me, right? So there's a camera over here. You're gonna look at that camera. You're gonna say, "Dear Black Man," and you're gonna finish that statement. But before you do, I'm gonna give you like half a second to think about it.
Okay.
You guys that have watched this episode, I need you to do 3 things for me. You got to like this episode, you have to subscribe to the channel, and you got to share this episode because there's somebody out there that needs to hear the words that we just talked about today because they might be struggling with, how do I find my space in a community? How do I take the first step in building a community? How do I focus on just taking care of my own mental, and what is mindfulness? So don't be stingy with the content. Go ahead and share it out with them because somebody needs to hear it on this episode of the Check-In with Black Menswear. Etienne, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, y'all. Dear Black Man, take it away.
Dear Black Man, let go of all the hate. Just show more love, not only to other people, but to yourself, because you deserve it the most.
I deserve it, you deserve it, and just like that, we out.